where you're just on autopilot, right? There's a book that I recommend to everybody. It's called The Talent Code. If you have an opportunity to pick it up, it's fantastic. You can also get it on audiobook if you find yourself needing to make any very long drives in the near future. But basically what this book is about is how to practice properly, right? What makes good practice. And what the conclusions of the book is what he calls deep practice, okay? Now, what deep practice entails is you're going to break everything down to its smallest unit, okay? So we're going to just start with a simple one, okay? Doesn't matter which one, okay? This is the smallest possible unit. Okay, now we can increase this complexity later on as we go. We can make it throw in 2 blows, right? We can add in footwork into throwing these blows. We can, add in level changes into these blows. Right? There are a lot of variation that we can do. But to start with, we're going to start with the smallest unit, which is a single shot. Okay. What deep practice entails is I'm going to throw that shot, and I'm going to stop. I'm going to assess. Was that perfect? If it was perfect, great. Can you repeat it? Can you do it again correctly, a second time? If you can do it 4 or 5 times in a row perfectly without making a mistake, great. Move on to the next technique. But if it's not perfect, if it's not right, what do you need to do to make it perfect? Well, how do you need to adjust? Repeat. Throw the shot again. Assess. Again, was that perfect? Now, we've given you a whole bunch of tools here with which to tell when it is perfect and when it is not. You guys can determine what is perfect at, however you feel. But when one of those things is slightly off, right, it should scream at you that it's wrong, right? That may not translate into how a rattan sword feels, right? But I guarantee you, if you land 100% correctly with one of these, that will transfer into your blade work with a rattan sword, right? These require much more perfection than a rattan sword does. Focus, Chris. So what we're going to go through now is I want you to come to the pell, and each of you choose what, I want you to throw 5 shots, okay? And at the end of it, you're going to tell me which ones were right and which ones were wrong. Okay? Go for it. Which ones were right and which ones were wrong?
Second and fourth one.
Okay. What was wrong with them?
I lost my grip on the fourth one. The second one, I glanced more than it came in straight.
Good. Okay, well marked. Different shots.
Oh, different? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. John?
All different?
Yeah. No five. They don't all have to be different. They just.
See. Second and fourth ones were probably the better of those 5. The offside thrown off the onside, and then that offside leg was from here. That seemed to land with everything that you were just teaching. Everything else was really slow.
Okay. Good. You want to give it a shot?
Yeah, they were all a little bit off.
What was off about all of them?
the edge strike. So these were a little bit slightly off edge, so I could feel it in my wrist. That was okay. That worked well. That too was a little bit, a little slightly off edge.
Okay. So now, so that was basically an example of how to feel these shots. Okay. Now we're going to do one more pass, and we'll call it a break for the spiel. The next part is throwing. We're going to throw a combo. It doesn't matter which combo you choose. It can be onside to offside, offside to onside, wraps to offside, whatever you choose. Okay? You're going to throw that combo, and you're stopped, and you're going to tell us whether both blows were perfect. Okay? And if they're not perfect, what do we need to adjust? Okay? And you're going to do that 5 times. You do 5 times in a short fight. Were both of those shots perfect?
No, the second one was not perfect. First one probably felt better than the second one.
Okay. Repeat. What do you need to do to make the second blow work?
Let's see. It's probably don't step back. I think I stepped back on the second one, so I lost. So I
Again.
stepped back. That felt better.
Again.
So we're doing
Or it's whatever you want. Okay, whoa, stop. I'm sorry. Throw it once. No, throw both shots. Again. Now stop. Sorry. What was that perfect?
this one wasn't.
Okay, what was wrong with it?
The angle.
Okay. So
Make it better.
right.
Yeah,
Was that perfect?
that was better.
Okay. Go again. So one of the things that will help you on the onside offside, don't take, you're going to hold on to the sword. Throw your flat down. Boom. The first thing you're going to do after you strike, you're going to let your fingers roll toward your face. Here. Now when you turn it over, it'll be
Just natural.
right. It rolls
Make it
over.
real slow, just to. That feels a lot different.
Good.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference.
So, but do you feel how it's right and how it's wrong?
Yes.
Now, part of what when you do pell work, you want to work with Killian, right? Because he's going to help give you some of that feedback about when it's right and when it's wrong. You'll feel when it's right and when it's wrong, but he'll help you make the adjustments to make it right when it's not right. Okay? John, do you want to? Any combos you want to choose?
Like the onside offset is a really good indicator. Good mechanics. Okay, so both of those, the edge geometry is bad. It's there, this, there. First one was okay, the second one, again, the edge geometry was off. That's really bad. Again.
Okay, so when you find yourself doing this, yes. When you catch yourself doing it wrong multiple times incorrectly, break it down slow, right? So this is one of the things that might help just a little bit. Throw the flat snap. Okay. Make your first motion here if you're ready.
You're talking about for the offset. first shot was still not
Still a
great.
little off, but the second one definitely landed with a good pop. Right.
The first one was two this way.
Okay, so,
I was turning before I actually came.
Yep.
Jacob.
She's almost in there. I don't know. It felt wrong. A little bit too.
Yeah. Good. Good. Okay. All right. That is basically the spiel. If you want to try it, you weren't here for the thing, but give it.
That could be a great example of what not to do.
So we're gonna throw just one set of combos, and then you're gonna stop, and you're gonna tell me whether it's perfect or not.
Feels about right for me.
Okay. Now throw it a little bit faster. What are you feeling on that second one?
Feels like it's coming down a little bit. Oh shit. That feels better.
Yes. Okay. Now, so you guys know, most of the time when people have issues with edge control, 90% of it has. I just put my sword. Oh yeah, thank you. 90% of it has to do with your wrist position or the position of the sword in your hand. Okay. So most of the time when we hold the sword, we hold it right here down the Y of our hand, with the blade oriented, right? So when we throw, say, example, a flat snap. Or a leg wrap, excuse me. Right? I have to really bend my wrist for it to hit blade on. Now, the way I can adjust this is letting the blade rotate so that it goes from being in this deep wide part of my hand so that it is oriented now between these two knuckles. Right? So when I throw this leg wrap, now it's blade on. Now you have to be able to switch between these two positions, right? So I've just thrown and I'm oriented here between my knuckles. I'm going to let it roll back into the Y of my hand so that when it comes over, I'm now hitting blade on here. If I kept it in the Y of my hand, or between my knuckles, I would be hitting flat, right? And the biggest shot that I see people throw flat most often are the leg wrap, the offside body, and the high line flat snap, where your pommel is above the tip of your sword. Okay? So you really, to get all of these shots, the adjustment is this tiny little motion that you have to include in your hand, especially back blade.
That's rough on the elbow.
Yes, and if you want to orient that even more, you actually want that back edge oriented out the back of your palm.
So do you shape your handles on your sword so you know the rotation of it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
This one's super exaggerated, but
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So, what I'm seeing is that you rotate so that you feel the palm. I mean, sorry, not the palm, but the handle falls into that notch there versus here.
right.
So that's still, I mean, that's still a good.